This woman lived for 20 years without ever seeing what a man looks like because she grew up on a paradise island isolated from the world, where only women live. Her mother is the queen of this island. You might wonder why the island is all women. Let me introduce this world. At the beginning of creation, the father of the gods, Zeus, created human, which sparked the jealousy of his son, Ares. This so-called war evolved from that. To quell the war, Zeus created the Amazons, the women of Paradise Island, to use love to influence humans. However, they eventually became slaves to humans. Zeus had to send divine weapons to protect them, but they were all killed by Ares. Zeus had no choice but to strike him down, knowing Ares would return for revenge. To protect the Amazons, Zeus created this Paradise Island and left a divine sword capable of defeating gods. The protagonist, Anna, is very curious about this divine weapon. Her mother took her to the sacred place to see the sword, and she seemed to understand her extraordinary movement. From then on, Anna trained with the warrior every day. Over time, she grew up, becoming stronger and even defeating her teacher. One day, she went to the beach to relax when suddenly a fighter jet broke through the barrier. Seeing the crashing plane, Anna leapt into the sea and rescued the pilot. The man was stunned when he saw Anna, having never seen such a beautiful woman. Before he could recover, a group of German soldiers broke through the barrier and launched an attack. The Arabs, fully armed, organized against the Germans, but they were still using primitive bows and arrows. Despite their strong combat skill, they struggled against the Germans' advanced artillery. After a fierce battle, the Amazon defeated the enemy but at a heavy cost. Now Tom looked at the pilot who brought disaster and wanted to kill him. Anna stopped him. To uncover the truth, they used a lasso to bind the man, who revealed the truth. The man's name was Steve, a spy hidden within the German army. He recently discovered that the Germans, led by General Ludendorff and an evil doctor, were secretly developing biochemical weapons. If successful, millions would die and the war would never end. To prevent this, he stole the doctor's notebook and was ordered to be captured, leading to the recent events. Steve told the Amazons that a world war was raging outside. Diana believed all this was the work of the war god Ares. To save humanity from war, she took advantage of the night to steal the divine sword and shield, leaving Paradise Island with Steve despite her mother's objections. Without the notebook, the doctor couldn't conduct experiments and had to sign a ceasefire agreement. However, Ludendorff was unwilling to give up and ordered the doctor to continue the research. Ludendorff sacrificed a mysterious potion, instantly increasing his strength. The man inhaled the potion, his face glowing faintly gold, and his strength surged. Unintentionally, the doctor found the key to the research in the drafts, and the biochemical gas was successfully developed. Meanwhile, the male and female protagonists sailed for 3 days and nights, finally reaching England. Steve hurriedly found his superior officer, requesting troops to destroy the German experimental base, but the Germans had already surrendered and were preparing to sign a ceasefire agreement. Unwilling to take any action against the Germans, Steve secretly formed his own small team, but without funding, everything was in vain. That's when a nobleman appeared, handing Steve a thick wad of cash. He believed the Germans wouldn't easily admit defeat and was willing to sponsor them to destroy the Germans. Thus, the 4-person team headed to the front lines. Seeing the devastation along the way, Anna was filled with compassion and quickened her pace to resolve Ares as soon as possible. Meanwhile, the doctor, to prevent the Germans from signing the ceasefire agreement, threw the newly developed gas bomb directly into the high-level meeting room. The two laughed loudly as they watched the people being corroded by the gas. The 4 finally reached the front lines, but to break through and succeed, they had to pass through a dangerous area. Countless German soldiers and government officials aimed their guns at Anna, wanting to save them, but Steve thought it was a suicide mission, impossible to break through the German lines. But a heroine is a heroine. She threw off her cloak, raised her sacred sword and shield, and charged out like a war god. Facing the hail of bullets, Anna remained unscathed, waving her hand to block the incoming bullets. Anyone was stunned. Facing increasingly intense firepower, she was unable to advance. Steve and his team moved forward to support her, successfully blowing up the German soldiers. All the soldiers, seeing victory in sight, raised their weapons and charged with the German troops. The German troops were still desperately resisting. Anna used her formidable combat skill to destroy the ground force. Steve led his squad, unwilling to be outdone. After moving the ground forces, they looked up to see the sniper on the middle floor attacking recklessly. With the help of a few people, Anna leapt up and crashed into the middle floor. The middle floor collapsed instantly, and everyone cheered, finally escaping from the clutches of evil. Steve called to inquire about the location of the German headquarters. Old John and the doctor were planning to hold the ball before the ceasefire. She quickly realized it was a lie, and Anna thought Old John was Ares. On the day of the ball, Steve disguised himself as a German officer and sneaked into the venue, trying to get close to the evil doctor to find out the location of the gas bombs. At this moment, Anna also sneaked into the venue. Her beauty deeply attracted Old John, and they danced together. Just as she was about to make a move, Steve stopped her, and her plan was put on hold again. Accompanied by a loud noise, Old John threw the gas bomb into the village. Anna followed the direction of the launch, and when she arrived, she found that none of the villagers survived, and she no longer trusted humans. On her way, Anna found the enemy commander. The opponent drank a strength-enhancing potion, and the two engaged in a fight. Although the opponent was strong, he couldn't withstand the sacred sword strike. Anna looked up and saw that the commander's death would not stop the war. She finally understood what her mother said. The human world is not worth saving. Just as the disappointed Anna turned to leave, a familiar figure appeared behind her. It was Steve's superior. She muttered that humanity only deserves destruction, so she is the real Ares. She even manipulated old Zhang and the doctor to create biochemical weapons, just to prove to the gods how evil and unworthy humans are. In anger, she stabbed Ares with a sacred sword, but it turned to ashes. Ares told Anna that the true divine weapon is not the sacred sword. Only a god can kill a god, and Anna is the true divine weapon. Meanwhile, Steve discovered that the gas bomb had a timer and was about to explode. In a critical moment, Steve rushed onto the plane, deciding to sacrifice himself to detonate the gas bomb at high altitude. Anna and Ares also began to battle. Anna was beaten and couldn't fight back, constantly being knocked to the ground. At this moment, a huge fire ignited in the dark night, and the plane and biochemical gas turned to ashes. Witnessing everything, Anna was utterly devastated. The immense sorrow awakened her divine power, and she launched a fierce attack on the enemy troops. Seeing the defeated doctor, Ares continued to tempt her to kill the doctor. Anna recalled her moments with Steve and chose to believe in humanity. Ares, seeing this, directly summoned a thunderbolt to launch a fatal attack on him, but the light did not harm him. Instead, she absorbed it. The world finally returned. With peace and light, Anna also made her final oath to stay and continue protecting humanity. Today's story ends here. Lastly, let me ask everyone, which hero skin do you think Anna resembles? Leave your answer in the comments section. See you next time.